Doubles and coffee. And just a reminder that I told Smallpin, I told Rowley, I told you the people that this dragon fetish and obsession was taking Trinidad and Tobago into a dangerous place. That it was possible Donald Trump would win the election. And Trump is not lenient on dictators. Trump is not lenient on oppressors. Trump is not lenient on those who disrespect the USA. And look what happened. But just take a little reminder, you know. Just say, don't say the Douglas liner. Listen to this. Check the date. Bless.
That is what they're boasting about, because they said dragon gas is it all, and they put all the effort, and right now all the effort, the basket empty, because they miss all the egg outside the basket. So when we talk about this motion, it is a very serious motion. We did not hear that, so therefore we are worried, because everything is a secret, and Trinidad and Tobago's future has been put on hold by the PNM because all the eggs in that basket, but the basket looking weak, the basket looking like it gets soaked, the basket look like everything is going to fall out.
Now, just to let you all know, let's listen now to Stuart Smallpin Young debating that same motion about dragon gas, and you listen for yourself and see if it appears that everything, all the effort, all the focus was on dragon gas since 2016. Check for yourself. Run it.
So in 2015, late 2015, in 2016, the Honorable Prime Minister, I was part of it, the Minister of Energy, at the time, saw the need to begin planning for the future, if we're going to continue having a future in Trinidad and Tobago. And we began planning with respect to Loran Manatee, which is a 10 TCF field, as well as Dragon, which is what we call a cross-border gas. You will recall in 2016, we negotiated that first memorandum of understanding. Very quickly in 2018, we had a commercial term sheet. We had agreed with Venezuela the price of gas, the allocation of gas, and that gas was set to come to Trinidad and Tobago by 2020. The next thing that happened, unfortunately in the world of geopolitics, as small as we are caught between Venezuela and the United States. Sanctions came under a certain US administration that shut that down. Otherwise, the gas would have been here in 2020 and we would be having a completely different discussion. Fortunately, we didn't stop there. We then negotiated, well, let us deal with Manatee on our side. We've been pursuing deep water gas with Woodside and formerly BHP. And we continued, but we did not give up hope on Dragon. I remember the headlines, Dragon cannot dance. We stuck with those principles that come from the UN, but we could not pursue the deal because the operators, Shell, would go nowhere near it because of fear of sanctions. We did not give up. We very quietly came up with a strategy that we implemented as soon as possible, a change of administration in the United States, all of the time maintaining our relationship with Venezuela. When we were in the middle of COVID and our borders were closed, and the vice president of Venezuela, who remains the vice president today, Delcy Rodriguez, wrote to us diplomatically and said, I would like to come to Trinidad and Tobago. And I, as the Minister of National Security, on the advice of the Prime Minister, allowed the vice president of Venezuela to come to Trinidad and Tobago.
Something attracted Rowley and Smallpin to Dragon, to Maduro, to Delcy. Rowley's conga line dance with Maduro. Stuart Young's confession eventually that during COVID, when Delcy came here, it was to continue to explore cross-border gas. Smallpin going back and forth personally to meet face-to-face with PDVSA officials, Delcy, Maduro, our next one, the Minister of Energy who Maduro locked up. Something attracted Rowley and Smallpin to this cross-border Dragon. Their whole focus was on Dragon. It was like the baby, but they forgot to birth the baby, and now the baby is dying, suffocating. Rowley and Smallpin put all our eggs in one basket, Dragon, They said you are going to get hard times till 2027. But when cross-border gas from Dragon Field comes, there will be milk and honey. They let the energy sector crumble. Bid rounds went one after the next since 2016 without anything coming to fruition. Only Kamla's gas, Kevin Ramnarine gas from Juniper and other projects kept us afloat, kept us maintaining while we were struggling and sinking and drowning. Rowley and Smallpin's negotiation made NGC make a loss for the first time after the Houston negotiation, where they told public servants more intelligent than them, step aside. Go and ask Jerry Brooks why he resigned back then. And NGC made a loss for the first time in history. While the UNC opposition warned them, what are y'all doing? This Maduro fetish, this love, this affinity for Maduro is not healthy for our country, for our foreign policy position. They didn't care. They didn't care about the Rio Treaty. They didn't care about U.S. Ambassador Mondelo. They didn't care about President Donald Trump back then. And now, President Trump has tweeted that all bets are off with Maduro. Rowley and Smallpin didn't care that Maduro lost an election, could not say who voted where, what, why. Told his own Supreme Court to instruct the population that he won when he lost. Rowley and them didn't care because something about Dragon attracting Rowley and Smallpin to the point of an illogical obsession. And now it's all blown up in their face. But the sad thing is, it's not their face because they weren't representing themselves. They were representing Trinidad and Tobago, the people, our children, our future generations. And now they claim that they went out for some bid rounds, deep water, mainly looking like a cross by Tobago. So all of that Kamala will deal with when she wins the election. But even if some of those bid rounds are taken, that gas would not be monetized for 5, 6, 7 years. So Rowley put all our eggs in one basket, and the basket bust because Rowley and Smallpin are two peas in a pod. Stupidity meets ignorance, meets arrogance, meets dotishness, meets narcissism. And now we had to suffer. So Rowley told you, expect hard times till 2027. Well, the Dragon not coming in no 2027. So if you leave Rowley there, that means you want hard times from now till thy kingdom come. But there's something coming. There's a rainbow on the horizon. Rowley resigned. Or let her ask him why he really resigned. But a man resigned, but like he don't really want to go. He looking more excited to cut ribbon and dig spade in sand than ever before. But Rowley will have to answer why you're gone. Because Trump coming, Marco Rubio coming, Elon Musk coming, and Maduro, the narco trafficker, Delcy Rodriguez and their whole government is under pressure because it's undemocratic, tyrannical, oppressive, dictatorial, and that's Rowley support. Rowley supported that over Guyana, supported that over Canada, supported that over the UK and the European Union, supported them, Maduro and Delcy, over the USA, our major trading partners. The sad thing is, he took us with him. But let Trump, Elon Musk, and Marco Rubio deal with two men, Rowley and Smallpin. How are your K-Pacs doing? Puckering much?